Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. And I'm so incredibly grateful that you're here with me today. And welcome back to another episode of the coaching series. If you've been feeling frazzled, overwhelmed, or like life is moving faster than you can keep up with, this episode is for you. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that literally changed my life: how to feel calmer and more centered every single day, not just on vacation or on a Sunday evening, but every day. We've been sold this idea that calm is something we achieve once we've checked everything off our to-do list, once the house is clean, once we get the promotion, once the kids are in bed. Real calm is an inside job. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be practiced and strengthened until it becomes your new normal. The beautiful truth is, you don't need to escape your life to feel peaceful. You can feel centered inside the beautiful mess of your actual life. I know this sounds too good to be true, so stay tuned and I'm going to help you walk through this. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful practices that I personally use every single day to stay grounded, calm, and connected to myself. These aren't fluffy suggestions. They're practical, proven tools that work even on the busiest, hardest days. Okay. So let's start with the foundation. It's practice 1. And I've said this before, so if you've been listening to a lot of my episodes, you might have heard this, but this is super important. Practice 1, the morning anchor. Most of us wake up and immediately hand our nervous system over to the world. We check our phones, dive into emails, start thinking about everything we need to do. Instead, I want you to create a 5 to 10 minute morning anchor. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be crazy. So mine is, I don't want to say advanced, but mine's a little more put together, but like not put together. Hold on. Sorry, Alex. Okay. Mine's been developed over the past few years. So it's kind of really taken on its own. But mine is, doing my hygiene things like brushing teeth and things in the morning. And then my morning anchor really starts when I roll out my yoga mat and I do a yoga practice, meditation, tapping, and a workout. So it's either cardio or strength. So that's my morning anchor. However, I'm not expecting you to get there yet. I'm going to share with you a simple morning anchor that can be really simple, but so powerful. So this can look like you sit on the edge of the bed, feet on the floor, and place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And then take in 10 slow breaths. And say out loud, I am safe. I am here. Today I choose peace before productivity. That's it. 10 breaths, 2 sentences. This simple practice tells your nervous system, I'm in charge here, not the world. It's the difference between starting your day in reactive mode instead of responsive mode. So, and like I said, mine is a lot more, but I fit all my things in the morning so then I can be really productive in my work day. And then I have stuff in the middle and things that help me anchor again before the kids get home. But this is something I've created. This is a really, really beautiful way to start in the morning anchor so you don't get overwhelmed. Like I said, I've been kind of fine tuning my morning thing. First, it looked messy, looked too many things. And to some people, my morning anchor still might look too much in the morning. Like if you only have 5 or 10 minutes, that's all you need. Or if you don't, it's easy-ish to find 5 to 10 minutes in your morning. But mine, it takes at least half an hour to sometimes 2 hours, depending on what I'm doing. And not everybody has that. And it's not about that, but I wanted to share mine. But the morning anchor, 10 breaths, those 2 sentences. That's all you need. Practice number 2, the 60-second reset. 60 seconds. Who doesn't have 60 seconds? All you need to do is stop scrolling on social media for 1 whole minute in a day. Oh my goodness. Super awesome, right? This one is pure magic because you can do it anywhere. In your car, in a bathroom stall, before a meeting, during an argument. So how it works is you take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale slowly through your mouth with a sigh. I actually do this so often that I don't even realize I'm doing it. I do it a lot with my kids. When I'm just like, I need to really plant myself in the moment. And do this 2 or 3 times. Whenever you feel yourself spiraling, stop in 60 seconds. It's all it takes to come back to center. Do that breathing. Inhale. Then exhale through your mouth and sigh. Doing this about 2 or 3 times. And then practice 3. This is another beautiful one that I do a fair amount as well, usually with my yoga practice actually, and it's the body scan check-in. We spend so much time in our heads that we completely abandon our bodies sometimes. But your body is always in the present moment. It never lives in the past or the future. Now, it may remember some of the past, but it's not living there. So 3 times a day, you can set your alarm clock on your phone, or even if you do it once a day, 3 times might be too much for you, and that's okay. And do a 30-second body scan. So it's just sitting there in the present moment and asking yourself, where am I holding tension right now? What does my body need in this moment? Sometimes the answer is water. Sometimes it's to roll your shoulders. Sometimes it's to put your hand on your chest and say, I got you. Whatever it is in that moment that you need. It's just being present with yourself. Where am I holding tension right now? What does my body need in this moment? And then practice 4. Micro movements of awe and beauty. Calm isn't just about slowing down. It's about remembering what matters. So it's trying to do this every single day, making it non-negotiable to find at least 3 micro moments of awe and beauty. The way the light hits your coffee cup, the cat stretching out in the sun, a stranger's gentle smile, the sound of the rain on the window. Oh, I love that one. And it's just taking those moments. It's really gratitude moments. And thinking about them. Like just a few minutes. You could set an alarm on your phone and just when it goes off, it can be like gratitude moments, or you can call it micro moments of awe and beauty, whatever you want to call it. But whatever you call it doesn't matter as much as what you do with it. And it's just taking those moments to find at least 3 beautiful awe moments. So it could be like the sun, the mountains. I used to have to really be mindful of doing this, and now it becomes more of my everyday. Like I can feel it when I'm having a stressful day. I will stand at the kitchen window and I don't even think about it, but I'm actually doing the warrior pose. I'm doing the Wonder Woman pose. And I just stare at the ocean from our kitchen window. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is my life. And I love it. Like I'm just like, the ocean. Things like I think about all the things, but I can get really caught up in my office and doing work and doing things I love, but I forget about how beautiful things are around me. So it's taking those moments. Like I get up to stretch and go to the washroom and, it's just, like taking those beautiful moments and to really appreciate my life and what's in it. So it's really amazing to shift that. And when you train your brain to notice beauty, you are literally rewiring your nervous system from threat detection to safety and connection mode. Also, let's, talk about gratitude for a moment. When we're grateful, it really helps us see more things we're grateful for. And practice 5, the evening closure. How you end your day is just as important as how you begin it. So before bed, you could do a sacred close. Write down 3 things. 1 thing you're proud of yourself today, no matter how small. 1 thing you chose to let go of. Maybe it was worry, guilt, compassion. And 1 thing you're grateful for. Then you can put your hands on your heart and say, thank you for today. I am enough. I did enough. I am safe. So just having that moment where you're celebrating your day. 1 thing you're proud of from today. 1 thing you choose to let go of. worry, guilt, or compassion, and one thing you're grateful for. I've been listening to a lot of Wayne Dyer's lectures and things like that. And one of the things like it's really clear is what we're thinking about before bed is what our brain thinks about all night long. So it's like really thinking beautiful thoughts before bed. So like it's about thinking about what you want or what you'd like life to be like instead of worrying and wishing life was different. And then taking this little beautiful moment to close up your day with something you're proud of, something you let go of, and you're just celebrating that. And one thing you're grateful for. Now, if that's too much and you're like, I don't want to be writing at bed, I do actually, when I journal, I do like journaling at night more so than any other time. But, I'm a mom. I got like things going on too. And I sometimes know that life is you're just tired at bedtime. Let's be honest. Like sometimes you just don't want to do that. So the other thing you can do is say a gratitude prayer. I'm so grateful for. And you don't have to say it out loud. You just say it in your head and you can just list off everything you're grateful for. And it's a really beautiful way to fall asleep. I did this for years and years, just falling asleep to things I'm grateful for. It can be simple, no paper required, nothing, but just saying a gratitude prayer. Like, thank you so much for, and just naming off the things you're grateful for. It's really beautiful. Okay. So let's recap the 5 practices that will help you feel calmer and more centered every day. The morning anchor, 5 to 10 minutes, okay? That's it. Put your feet on the floor, hand on the heart. Take in that moment of the day. Number 2, the 60-second reset. Breathe in nice and deeply. Exhale and sigh. That helps you get right back in the moment. Number 3, the body scan check-in. Just do a quick check-in. Where is there tension? What does your body need right now? Number 4, micro moments of awe and beauty. Name 3 things in your surroundings that you're just in awe of and the beauty around you. Number 5, the evening sacred closure. And it's that beautiful. Putting it all together. You don't have to do them perfectly. You just have to do them consistently. If you miss a day, though, don't be like, well, if I missed a day, I'm not going to do it ever again. It's just, if you don't do it, that's okay. But the more you start doing it consistently or regularly, the more it just becomes natural to you and you actually feel off when you don't do it. And you're like, right, I'm doing this for a reason. There are so many things in my routines that I do on purpose and with love because I know it helps me set up to have a really beautiful day. And when I don't do it, I really do feel the difference. So it's becoming consistent and showing up so it becomes this natural habit. So start with just one. Maybe it's the morning anchor. Maybe it feels the easiest. Or maybe you need the 60-second reset the most right now. Pick one and commit to it for the next 7 days. Watch what happens. If it feels good, then add another one. One of the biggest things I learned on my self-love journey is that you don't have to do it all right now. Pick one and start small. I used to have a really complicated morning routine, like super complicated. I wanted to fit in so many different things. And then I realized, okay, that's what I heard from somewhere else. And then I was like, but that doesn't work for me. So I had to figure things out. And that's the other thing. So I shared 5 with you. Maybe you're like, okay, I don't need all of them. Or, you have to adapt it and make it feel yours too. Put your own touches on it, your own things. Because what works for some people doesn't work for another. So try it out. Doesn't work. Cool. But give it 7 days and see what happens. Because what I've learned is after years of doing this work, the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to become a safe place for your own nervous system. When you feel calm, centered, you show up differently in your relationship. You parent better, you lead better, you create better, you love better. This isn't about becoming a Zen monk who never gets triggered. It's about shortening the amount of time it takes for you to come back to yourself when life gets hard. So I still get triggered. I still have things happen, things blow up. I have a lot, and I'm hoping to share them with you down the line on this podcast. But right now they're really raw and real still, and I'm still processing. The thing is, It happens, but when I have these tools, these anchors, these things that really help me stay calm, breathing. Breathing is a big one. You can do square breathing. You can do all these different breathings. But even just taking a big deep breath in and exhaling it out, that's enough. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's finding the things that work for you and doing them as consistently as possible so they just become second nature. And it's not about, like I said, not being a Zen monk and being chill all the time. Because, oh my goodness, a lot of the time monks are like on their own, not dealing with children and job, like careers and all these other things. Like, let's talk social media, being all over, like, technology. But it's about having these things to help you stay grounded, or at least, like I said, takes less time to come back to yourself. Because I have lots of things going on too, but over time, having these tools has helped me get back to myself so much faster. And that is true self-love in action. If today's episode resonated with you, I want to invite you to take the next step on your self-love journey. I've created something very special for you called a course in self-love. It is a self-paced online course that you can do at your own speed, your own pace to fit into your life. I help you connect to your personal values. I have meditations to help ground you and center you and to really connect to your true self. You deserve to feel calm, centered, and truly loved. You'll also learn how to release self-judgment, how to set healthy, loving boundaries, how to heal the relationship with yourself, how to make self-love your new default way of being. Because you deserve to feel calm, centered, and deeply in love with the person you are. If your heart is saying yes, I would be so honored to walk this path with you. You can learn more and join us at jodymisiak.com, and the link is in the description of this podcast. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I know I said 10 minutes and I'm well over. So my apologies. I talk a little bit more and I should have known that. Never put a time in things. Learning, right? We're here learning. Thank you for choosing to invest in your peace. You being calmer and more centered doesn't just change your life. It changes the energy you bring into every room, every relationship, and every moment. You are worthy of feeling good every single day. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are choosing to love and support yourself through it all. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you're listening on a platform that does reviews, please leave a review. Reviews help this podcast reach more hearts. I'll be back next week with one final episode of the coaching series. Until next week, please remember, you are worthy, you are enough, and you are deeply loved. Take care and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.